Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
When you guys get here, I'm glad you're here. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the 17th day of December. Diciembre. Welcome to Bathrobe Moments, and I'm your host, Laura Michaels Harris. Yay! Guess what? 1 week from today, Christmas Eve, Santa Claus comes on Christmas Eve. I still believe in Santa Claus. I don't know about you, but I do. I love him. And Mrs. Claus and all the elves. I am so excited. TGIF, you guys. Welcome. How you doing? Better get that shopping done. It's almost here. Yay. I'm excited about today's show. I'm excited about all the shows, but today in particular, because I know that every one of us we're already, gathering up. We have our little basket and we're gathering all the tools, all the eggs that we need, if you will, so that we can hit the ground running in just a couple weeks when 2022 arrives, right? Where were you this time last year? It was a rough one. We were coming, we were in there. We all thought that the pandemic would be over remember that? How you thought way back at the front end by December? Well, we are a species that adapts, and that's what's wonderful. And we are also, another thing I love about us is that every time we come together like we're doing right now, we fulfill one of my favorite promises, which is the one that says that where two of us come together and we've got the same spirit of understanding, the same mindset, the same spirit of service, if you will, great things happen. And we know, we're witness to that, right? Can I get an amen? Yeah, hit it twice, y'all. What was that? That was the bell of purpose. I keep it there to use it with purpose and on purpose. Because just like that bell has a ring to it, guess what? So does the truth. I know we're busy. Sometimes we get caught up doing a bunch of stuff. When you hear that bell during this hour, know that something is out here, and I don't want you to miss it. Tune in, look up, lean in, whatever you need to do. Just take this opportunity and do something through it. Can I get an amen? All right, there we go. So today's guest, I think LinkedIn was how we came to know each other. Hi, Bernadette. Oh, wait, that's a messenger chat. I don't even know if she's here. Okay, well, I'm saying hi through your messenger chat. I look forward to seeing you earlier. So I met Schroeder, and just like on Peanuts at Christmas, playing the piano, right? I was like, oh, my God. Oh, by the way, I actually played the role of Schroeder in 4th grade in Mrs. Johnson's classroom. I played Schroeder in the musical You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Yes, I did. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. That was Steve Patterson was Schroeder. I was Linus. There it is, because I remember I could not stand the girl who they made my sister Lucy. We became friends later, like 6th grade, but 4th grade, ooh, you couldn't melt her and pour her over me. Because she used to always tease me. I remember her. Nancy. But anyway, I mean, Nancy. So anyway, did you ever do what, okay, backing up, ADHD kicking in. Here's what I love about Schroeder. He reminds me, and it's Schroeder Nordholt. I think I'm saying it right. Musician, vocal coach. And he reminds me, remember when we were in school, we were in elementary or primary or whatever, depending on where you live in the world, and we always put together the Christmas pageants, the Christmas programs. And you had to learn and you had to sing. You were all excited and everybody came. It was wonderful. So Schroeder's here today, and he is, he's a seasoned musician, first of all. He's an educator, a producer, and a performer, of course. His career spans over 25 years, during which time he's helped countless individuals access their musical potential, and he's produced across multiple music genres, composed for film and television, served in musical theater as a music director, voice coach, and accompanist, and has performed far and wide in numerous bands and as a sought-after piano bar entertainer. Now, over the years, Schroeder has appeared on the better part of, 1,000 stages or more, and has shared the stage with coaching and personal development leaders such as Stewart and Les Brown. Les, that's my buddy. You've been with Les. I got to check that out. So currently, he runs his signature voice coaching program and method called Mic Drop. Bam! Mic Drop serves to empower professional speakers. There you go. I know, right? Who knew? So we're going to talk about that. That's why it's here today. Professional speakers and passionate entrepreneurs to deliver their message with confidence and clarity so they can step into the larger-than-life version of themselves, command the stage every single time they speak, and make the impact that they're truly here to make. So that's a mouthful, and there it is. That's what he does. So I wanted to, let's do this first. Let's get him in here. First timer, you know how we do it. Put some hearts on the screen. Welcome. Plus, he's out of the country of the U.S. He is in Canada. So you guys put your hearts on the screen. Put your hearts into this conversation. It's another illuminated one with my good friend. Here he comes, Schroeder. Top of the morning to you, Schroeder.
Morning, Lauren. Super.
How are you?
How are you? I'm getting there. I feel like I'll be there by in a minute. Give me a minute.
Oh, well, you got you got 50
you caught me
minutes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so listen.
So early. I was just in the middle of a haircut. Can you tell it's only half done?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I can tell though.
I did my best to sort of make it like look passable. It's early.
Okay. I'm turning this up so I can hear you better. Okay, now I want to say this. Let me say hi to some people first. Lori, Whitney, Bernadette. Okay, you are here, Bernadette, so I don't feel so crazy after all.
Bernadette.
Huh?
I said hi, Bernadette.
Just Robert Brooker, who is also in Canada. Jamie Lane. Jamie, were you really? Jamie says this time last year she was living in a nude resort. Okay.
Wow.
All right, girl. If you like it, I love it. There you go.
I love it.
Anyway, you guys, Schroeder, I'm so glad you're here. Listen, I don't think you can fool a lot of people with this, but you certainly didn't fool me. You think I don't know who you really are? You think I don't remember when you had that show in I think it was the 90s, maybe even the 80s. I remember. So we wondered what happened to you, Scott Bakula.
I've crossed over the time. It's quantum leap.
Tell me, you've never been. Has anyone ever mistaken you for Scott Bakula?
I've been mistaken for George Clooney. I'll take it. And twice George Clooney, and thrice, no joke. What's his name? I always forget. Jeff Goldblum. Do you know from?
Oh my God! Not on a no. I would say Steve.
I can't lie. It happened 3 times.
Well,
but I've never had.
You come over here. You come over here. You come over here. People are going to think you're a quantum leap. Who do you guys think he looks most like? Scott Bakula, who he's on the screen with, but he kind of looks like Steve Martin too. When you look at that picture on the left. Oh, in case you were wondering which one is actually Schroeder, Schroeder's on the left, Scott Bakula is on screen right. But I think they look almost identical. Tell me what you think. Drop it in the comments, you guys. So anyway, Scott/Schroeder. So tell everybody where you're at in Canada, what you're doing right now, in your world, because you do a lot of stuff. So just tell us everything. Then we're going to get into this wonderful, I think it's a masterclass, right?
I'm running a masterclass tonight.
Right. Yes. We're going to talk about that. So we want to get into that so people can mark their calendars. But go ahead and say a little bit more. Tell a little bit more about your backstory, where you got started, how long you've been doing this, and is your real name Schroeder? All
right. So first of all, I'd like to say masterclass. And anyways, so I'm in Eganville, Canada. Eganville. It's a tiny little town no one's heard of. And backstory a little bit. I'll go, oh, sure. You wanted me to do that? So I always loved to sing, but I would always ruin my voice. But I always wanted to sing. And there's this vicious cycle going on. And so basically I was hell-bent. So it's because it's not just this, I was always gravitated to really good singers, like great singers, and I was like, oh, I love to sing, but I would ruin my voice. And so I was hell-bent on
thank you
learning to sing. Exactly. You were on that list. And so you know it. And so I traveled the world figuratively to find the best training from the top mentors and the top vocal instructors and learn over years and years. And so essentially, I was a teacher that whole time. So essentially what I've done is distilled all of these various methodologies and what's worked for me into my method that we call mic drop that we'll all be experiencing tonight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A little bit of mic drop from my program. We're
going to talk about mic drop, but first, because we are a week out from Christmas, all over the world, our research department, it's really me, found something that we wanted to share with everybody, and because it is a holiday type thing, and it is you in action. Yeah, you're really in action. So yeah, remember this? From December 24th to 14. Christmas Eve, you guys.
You do your research, eh?
Take a listen.
yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide sail. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
Okay, wait a minute. You're getting pretty jazzy on that piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done. All the way from the archives of 2014. And yes, I'm in the spirit. Now I see your little tree back there. Are you a bachelor?
How does my tree betray my bachelorhood?
Because that
Because
looks
it's
like
terrible.
a bachelor. I love it, but it does. It looks like a little bachelor tree. I used to have
Like a little bachelor Charlie Brown tree. I know.
Yes. Now that's a real living, breathing tree, right?
Oh no, it is. You can't see, but the needles are already all over the floor. Mm-hmm.
They are. Well, I just want to say in advance, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and all of that. Now, tell everybody about this mic drop program. Now, I was shocked when we were doing pre-interview combo, and you were telling me, you were explaining to me how, before COVID, you primarily worked with singers and whatnot. They'd come to you for all types of different reasons. But then after the pandemic began, now you're finding that the majority of the people coming to you for coaching aren't necessarily singers, but speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? What's that all about? Tell us about that.
Well, who would have thought is great. Like, who would have thought it? And not only not necessarily, like exclusively not singers, only speakers, only entrepreneurs, passionate entrepreneurs.
Speakers and entrepreneurs are seeking you out right now.
I have 0 singing clients right now. Yes.
What is that? Okay. Loving it. I'm intrigued. What are they coming to you expecting to happen?
So because they've got so it's a variety of either fear of their own voice, like they don't even like it, like, which is a real problem that I
did not know.
Very quickly, easily help people with, because like I can tell your audience right now, you're beautiful the way you are. The way you are is the essence of you.
Love you just the way you are. Okay, sorry.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, darling. Like, don't love your voice. Like, it's okay. Like, however you say, you don't have to sound. You don't have to sound like whoever it is that you think that you wish you sounded like. Forget it. You're you. Like, you're you. So that's like number one thing. People don't like, or they're afraid of you might lose your voice. So so right now, a lot of people are on Zoom all day long. They're like talk, and then they lose their voice. And so what's happening is, by the end of, let's say, definitely by the end of the day, but even within like a Zoom call, people's voices, they're dropping the quality of their voice. And so what happens with that, right? What happens is then they're impacted. They're not having the impact. So these are reasons why people come to me.
So why now, though, Schroeder? What was it? What is it that has prompted all these entrepreneurs and speakers to step over this threshold of embracing their own voice? Why now? I mean, they always had these voices. I don't get it.
What
are they saying to you?
Well, okay, so because they have a business, they have a mission. They have a mission, and they want to get it out. That's all. Okay. Like they want to improve. So like what I was saying about like not losing your voice, like that's like base level. That's like Of course, you shouldn't have to worry about losing your voice. That's like let's start there.
Oh,
And then beyond that, it's like the way that you would train your singing voice. So it's really beautiful. Like how I bring the singing training, la 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 la, like singing normal me exercises,
right,
into training a speaker, is so now their voice has more musicality in their voice, and they have more options to use. They can go
They can be more of a vocal acrobat. Yeah,
they can use it how they want to. It's not on a default setting. They have more options. They have more options. They can if they need to be like this, they have like something really like, okay, people lean in and I have this little thing I need to tell you. They can talk like that, and then they can easily go into like, and this is my message, and I want to get it out to the world. Like using your voice. This kind of thing.
I just thought of something else. I bet you a lot of people have been focused more on what they sound like during, the pandemic, because of the increased amount of Zoom calls and Zoom recordings. And Zoom recordings, totally. I think people hear themselves being played back more now than ever. Oh,
ding the bell.
Okay, so you think that's accurate?
Oh, 100. To me, sorry, that was like obvious, and that was exactly that. Like they hear themselves back on a Zoom recording, and they go, "Ooh, is that me? Is that me?
Is that me?"
Like,
right.
Right, and now there's this whole complex that happens. That again, I help them dispel. I haven't had any trouble like helping somebody dispel that. In fact, like anyone listen, that's what I said earlier. Like if you're listening right now, it doesn't take much. It's a mindset. It's just, yeah.
So let me ask you this: what about this? Do you ever find that people will come and let's talk about regionalisms? How important is it for a person to have command over their regionalism? So what I mean by that, for those of you who might not know, is say, for instance, you're from a place like New Jersey. So you have that East Coast thing, or you're from Boston, or you're from the Deep South or something like that. But just like newscasters, there are newscasters I know from over the years as a voiceover person. There are people who have Southern accents, all these different dialects, if you will, regionalisms, but they know how to turn them on and turn them off. So what about that? Can you help people with their voice and diction?
No, that's a different voice coach. So I worked on the mechanics of the voice itself.
So like the muscular
Yeah. See, because I'm coming from this whole my entire background, like you were introducing me, which thank you, by the way, is music, like totally from a music point of view, the way you would, imagine a voice coach would train a singer. That's right. Where I'm coming from. It's the mechanics of the voice and the projection, right, and all the nuances that you want in your voice. But the diction and accent. Although in my program we do have a funny exercise where I get people to purposely, this is totally different, but like talking about accents is purposely take on an accent, or take on. My only one that I can do is like British a little bit.
Everybody thinks they can do a British one. Let me hear it.
Well, exactly. Let me hear it. Because I'm not great at. I'm not an actor. So like but I'm bringing in this British. I'm bringing in this British a little bit of an accent in order to exaggerate, and I'm just being silly now. But it's like because I'm not an actor. I can't do it on command. Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute.
But I think if I work on it for a minute, I might get a little bit. If I think, but it's just a silly exercise.
I get it. I'm just being hard on you. But let me ask you something. Because I find this so interesting. People with lisps or stutterers, or even people with accents. How is it that every time these people sing, we sound, how come, like Celine Dion has an accent? One of your Canadian people. She has an accent, French Canadian. But when she sings, Sheena Easton is Scottish. But when she sings, You know what I'm saying? What is that thing that when people sing, we all sound the same?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Is that a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got, okay, so this is going to be technical though. Like, do you want, huh? It's very technical. Okay.
It is technical,
Okay.
but what is that? How can that be?
Okay, I'll try and be quick. It's like because so when you're talking, it's like quick. So consonants are the closed k, t, okay, and then you've got a short blast of air coming in to make the sound in between the consonants, and then the accent is like encased in that. When you sing, I don't know. Have yourself a merry. You've got a lot more air coming through, and so it's hard to explain. It's a frequency thing. The frequencies of the sound. I can't put it into words really. It's there's more gaps between the consonants. You've got the consonant here, consonant here, in between. And so like the accent sort of loses,
Hello, I'm singing a question to you.
Okay, go.
How much does this have to do with breathing?
Breathing is the most important thing.
I second that emotion. That would be fun. There should be a game show where you have to sing your responses or something. Somebody think about that.
I'd be on that show for sure.
I know. I would.
Do it.
That would be fun.
That would be fun because my whole thing is like, and my clients all know it's like, my whole thing is like, am I singing or am I speaking? I'm not sure sometimes.
What about this? What about this? Now, because I know it's possible because it happened to me. I did not even know that I could sing until I had already been accepted into Up With People. And because you didn't get in based on your talent. You got in there based on your personality. Then they found out if you had talent or not. And a lot of people, what is that thing that when we hear ourselves recorded, we go, that does not even sound like, why is it our voice sounds one way in here and another way when we're hearing it back? Why is it so different?
And I think that is why people, what we were talking about before, hey, when you hear yourself back, it's like this big surprise. And suddenly it's like, it sounds different. Again, it's a frequency thing. So when the sound comes out, it has to go back into your ear to hear it. Mm-hmm. So by the time it does all of that, there's like a not a disconnect, but kind of a disconnect. Whereas somebody standing right next to you, or like even right here, your audience, they're just hearing it right, like from our mouth to their ear. So when it's your own voice, it filtered basically through your brain again, and so we're not used to it.
Thank you for that. I'm laughing at Robert Brooker. You're so silly. That's funny. Bathrobe Moments.
Musical. That's it. Yes.
That could be. And then Jax Young, country music singer. Jax Young is here. Hi, Jax, down in Nashville. He tells us that Mel Tiller stuttered. Of course, yeah, that was part of his thing. When he wasn't singing, he would, and then Lori Whitney says, "Oh, wouldn't that be fun? I think too. We can sing to people in a conversation instead of talking." How interesting.
We can sing to people in a conversation instead of talking.
There you go.
That's people who know me know that's true.
We're going to sing our way into a brief commercial because I want you to come back and I want you to talk to people about tonight's masterclass and why they might just want to peek their heads in to see what's going on. We're going to get into that and a couple other things when we return. So you guys, don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. Isn't that cute? Thank you. Real quick, reminder, you saw the promos April 28th. It's going down right here in the Windy City, Chicago, at the Stan Mansion, to be precise. I speak of the 3rd annual Power of We Symposium, where we bring in 250 of Chicago's greatest kids from the hardest hit areas of our city. We're going to come in and pour into these young people for a full day. We want you there with us. Head over to powerofwesymposium.com to find out more information about the Power of We Symposium, or just Google it and find your way to Eventbrite. Tickets are already on sale. If you need more information and you don't find it, get at me. I'll fill you in. And I wanted to let you know, V8, one of my favorite drinks. Ditch the Diet Coke, the power drinks, the Red Bull, whatever. Make a better choice. V8. Why? 60 calories in every can, 2 full vegetable servings in every can, 100% real vegetable juice inside every can. I promise you. Listen, don't overlook this. When you head down the juice aisle, that's where you'll find it. Try it. You just might like it. V8, grab yours today and make a better choice in 2022. Delicious. As Lucy would say, tastes just like candy. Well, almost. So he's back. Hello, Schroeder. So, Schroeder, can you, before we go into tonight's shindig, known as Mic Drop, the Malster class, can you play us a little Christmas tunage?
Oh, right now, here and now?
Well, why not? You didn't slip and fall next to the piano. You're there on purpose.
No, I did. It's a total accident. People tend to like, my namesake is,
It makes me want to dance.
Some people tend to like that one.
What about a little chestnuts? Roasting on an open fire.
How does it start though?
Chestnut
Like you can sing
roasting.
Okay, ready? You sing, I'll play. Ready? So, go.
Go.
Chestnuts.
Okay, I see it. Chestnut
you sing.
roasting
On an open fire.
fire. I know there's a delay, so I'm waiting for you. Frost.
Nipping at your nose.
Keep going.
Just with your eyes all aglow, and
we'll find it hard to sleep tonight. Now, why is it hard to sleep tonight? Oh, they know that Santa's. Okay, you got me acting silly. Let's talk about tonight.
That's a tricky one to all of a sudden come up with, but that was great.
I know, I want to come to your house. Hey,
we could have a whole thing.
Does everybody like you to sit? I wish I could play the piano, and I wish I had a piano. Because when people come over, when I see that in movies and stuff, I just love it. Where somebody's playing and everybody's just sitting around feeling good and joining in, and you don't have to be some great singer. It's like in the house karaoke time. So
totally.
Let me ask you, are you doing any Christmas performances this year?
Just like here on Thingy Bingy. Oh no, I am playing in a hotel up the road down in Ottawa a couple times over the holidays.
Nice.
It's swanky. It's like, shishi foo foo time. The piano.
That tip jar.
Tip jar. It's like a brandy glass. It's a grand piano. This is my favorite gig in the world. It's a grand piano. It's red.
Ooh, you should take a lot of pictures by that one.
Yeah.
Why am I leaning into the mic like you can't hear me? So listen, let's talk about tonight. This master, is this a one-time deal? Is it something that's going to be ongoing? Tell us about it and why you're doing it.
Is it a one-time? It's a one-time at the moment, but likely it'll turn into an all-the-time thing or like a monthly. just because it's jam packed full of value of like the people come away. Okay, so it's for like professional speakers and passionate entrepreneurs. All of these, all these people who are on Zoom all day long, and they're an entrepreneur, but they need to use their voice to deliver their message, but their voice is getting tired.
How long is the master class tonight? I did it again.
It's a 90 minute. So it's really, it's essentially, it's a way to be able to rely on your voice to get up on the stage and deliver your message with that maximum impact. We all have it. That's the thing. Like, we all have it. Like, there's no reason why you should be losing your voice, right? And so to create that impact, to get your message across in an impactful way, so you can drop that mic, that's what I'm aiming. That's what I will deliver. Like, that's these tools that you'll be able to come away with and with when you implement. And it's an experience. That's the thing. It's not me teaching. It's me getting everybody to do the stuff. Like, you're not just sitting there. It's going to be really fun. Totally interactive.
Okay. So
I just laugh because it's crazy fun. Like, it's not just people sitting around. It's basically a window into my program, which like people are having crazy results. People are having like, so it's just like me going like, people need this. Like, people, you got to check this out. Like,
so let me ask you something, Schroeder. Schroeder, let me ask you, what's the number one shocker for people who come to you that they learn about themselves? Oh, I never knew. I had no idea. What is that? What is the number one thing people learn about their voice from working with you? The biggest surprise.
That's a really good question. Okay. Yeah. I would say, I don't know in quantity, number one, but I'll go with quality, number one.
Okay.
It's okay. Quality number one is the idea that people have had this awakening, okay, of like, because everybody has these messages from the past of like, don't speak up. Children should be seen, not heard. Or you don't like, other people are telling me like, I was told don't sing because your voice sounds terrible. So like, they grow up and grow into the rest of now our whole life with these messages still embedded in our brains.
Yeah.
And so what has happened from working to me, unrelated, like through the play that we do, these I've had multiple people have these like massive awakenings of like, dude, like you just helped dissolve those messages, like overcome.
Well,
okay?
We mentioned briefly earlier about the breathing part, but as a speaker / musician, singer myself, and I was a singer before I was a speaker, but I think I know for a fact, I don't think it, I know for a fact that knowing that protocol that I've always used as a session singer, as a voiceover artist, all those things, especially using your diaphragm and how not to be, the whole thing, striking and landing. We hear about nodules or nodes that people get from abusing their vocal cords. And also, a lot of speakers, talk about this, a lot of speakers don't know the importance of warming up their voice, even if it's just to speak. I do it all the time. I do it in the mornings before Bathrobe Moments. A little exercise, because it's like a rubber band. Talk about that, why it's important.
Yeah, that's hugely important. It's because I don't know why people don't make that connection, but like, it's 100% a connection. Like, singing, speaking, guess what? It's the same voice. Like, it's the same voice. Like, so kind of why wouldn't you warm it up?
Right.
But like, people don't think of it because, I'm not going to be singing, so why would I warm up my voice?
Right.
Yeah.
How much time do you think a person should give them? Say a speaker has a 60-minute keynote to deliver. What are some of the warm-ups? Give us some easy warm-ups that just normal people could use and benefit from. Just give us a couple examples if you would.
Yeah, that's my whole method is normal.
Like you
That's
go,
for normal people. You don't have to be a musician. Okay, so one is a yawn. So this is like really an easy sound, an easy yawn. So we're not putting any pressure on your throat at all.
right.
And so what you're doing is you're basically making yourself yawn. And so so what you do is you're basically yawning. I always do this to like emulate the yawn, so my whole body physiology like mimics an actual yawn. Like I'm actually going to yawn, and I go really gently. I open up into a yawn. First of all, the breath. Take a deep breath into your tummy. So you have that breath. That's your power. That's your power right there. Is your breath. So breath of power, and then you yawn, and you go like really light. Like super no pressure, and then you go back up. So again, breath, and then you're like, and everything is exaggerated. As more exaggerated as you can get it is gold. So it's like yawn, but like really yawn, right? So it's breath, and then it's like,
Yeah. I remember that one. And then going back the other way. Absolutely.
Yeah, what?
Absolutely. I said, I remember. Yeah. All these. And the great thing about these, what I love about these is these have stuck with me all through the years. Now, I wanted to bring up something to help people understand. Those of you who are speakers, and nowadays it's even more important than ever that you realize all the tools that are available in your toolbox. So if you're a speaker, and you want to use your voice in a better way and to create more income, why not think about things like, you could get into voiceover work. You could, there's books on tape, Audible, all of those things. You could do commercials for radio stations. There's all kinds of places that, like voices.com, which hire people to do voice work, and you can do it straight from home now with a simple mic, even your iPhone. And the reason I mention that is because, for instance, and I'm going to share something with you all, I want you to know how easy it can be.
The hits, the awards, the concerts, the stuff.
Wait a minute. I'm going to share something with you. And I'm going to just tell you, if you do something, say, for instance, you get in and you get in the union, AFTRA, things like that. And you can do these things from home. I know people, Ben, there's a guy I know, a friend of mine, Ben, here in Chicago. He does voiceover work all over the world from home, and he makes a pretty penny doing it. So last year, I was blessed enough, let me see if I can pull this up, to have a couple. I had a voiceover for Acura, which was a voiceover for a television thing, which brought me income I still get it every now and then if it plays somewhere. Yeah. So can you guys hear that or see that? Wait a minute. That's not what I want to do. Wait a minute. I wonder if I can make it where you can hear it. I'm not techie. Are you techie?
Myself, no. Are
you techie?
Just I can play. Just on the piano.
Oh, so you're not techie like in real life, like computers and stuff.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. So talk about that. Do you know, have you ever done any voiceover work yourself?
No.
Do you know people, have you worked with voiceover artists?
Have I worked with voiceover? It's mostly entrepreneurs, that come to me. Trying to think. I don't think so. I've worked with actors. Like I've definitely worked with actors.
Definitely.
Definitely worked with actors, like stage actors,
So why do you think they come for, well, I know why. Let's talk about this again.
Well, the whole thing is.
Here it is.
Okay.
Here it is. Why do you think people miss the importance, Schroeder, of whatever, even entrepreneurs who are pitching? Because everything is a story, yes or no?
100%.
It's a story. And if you think about how you told, I always tell this to people, think about how you told bedtime stories to your children. If you were deadpan, they would not go to sleep. You got to give them, if it's scary, what's the soundtrack that would be playing behind it? Give them that. If it's, romantic, if it's whatever, you can change.
Right.
But how hard is that for a person to learn, in your opinion?
Honestly, it depends. It depends how open the person is, and like nowadays, I'm finding at least people I work with are very open, and so it's like making that connection between the like. I love that the story, like how you're talking about that, like everything's a story.
Yeah.
And so it's like using the voice to like mimic this moment, but now it's this moment, and like being able to be open. Like I think if you're like really rigid and you're like, oh, I'm just a stiff person or something, like. You know, you're going to flatline that stuff. But anybody who's, especially a parent, like anyone who's a parent would get that of like, oh yeah, when I read my kid's bedtime story. So what's the difference between reading your kid's bedtime story? Because it's the brain, that little kid's brain receives that story a million times more with, you know what I mean?
You're painting a picture. You're painting a picture. So I wanted to say this to you guys. If somebody out there, I want everybody to know, listen, we all talk, we all have speech patterns in this. You might be sitting on a gold mine, honestly. Don't just say, oh, that's not for me. If you're that person where people used to say, man, I love your voice message on your phone or your, I'm telling you, or if you have a voice radio, that sort of thing. Listen to them. You know, I did this Miranda Lambert piece a couple years ago, and you know, it took less than 30 minutes to record it. It played for about a month, I think, and I made probably $6,000 or $7,000 from it. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but look how easy this is. Take a listen.
Lauren Michaels.
Oh no, that's accurate.
This is our point of view.
Can you hear that?
If there's take it. If there's a mold, break it. If there's a trail, blaze it. If you see the future, shape it. If there's an icon, remake it. If there's a perception, escape it. If there's a road, race it. If there's a shortcut, never ever take it. If it can save lives, embrace it. And if there's a dream to be chased, chase it. This is what we make, and this is how we make it. Today's Acura. Tomorrow's point of view.
Actually, that wasn't the one I thought I was playing. I thought I was playing Miranda Lambert. But you know, even that extra one.
Yeah,
you know, you get a check in the mail like every quarter. You know, and easy stuff, all because you know how to use your vocal cords, right?
Right.
So I'm just trying to, the only reason I played that is I wanted people to understand is smart thinkers right now who start realizing how many opportunities you have at your disposal. Because I feel now more than ever, Schroeder, that all of us need to be able to adjust. You know, today we're living a lot differently than we were 2 years ago. We're living a lot differently than we were just a year ago. Who knows how we will have to adapt a year from now. So anything that you have control over, you don't have to go and buy anything to use your voice. You don't need any extra gizmos or anything to use your voice, right? And
yet, to add to that, not only what you just said, and that it's also your most powerful asset. Ding the bell.
It really is. You know, even when you're interviewing, or you know, the way that you, you know, I just had to do I didn't have to, but I did it. I did an audition tape yesterday morning for that television show, Survivor, and I'm so grateful that you know when you are not judging yourself, you can be more vulnerable. You can be more just putting who you are out there, and people will hear it. They will resonate with it, and will give you more opportunity. So tell them what they can expect tonight. What times it start? When they go to what we see on the screen, which is micdrop.funnelclient.com. What will happen when they go there, Schroeder?
Well, they'll be able to register, basically. You'll see more info about what it is.
When does it start? What time does it start tonight?
7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m.
So,
Eastern.
you know, that's 4 o'clock Pacific. and everything in between.
6 o'clock for us in the Central Time Zone.
Central.
So there it is. Perfect. 90 minutes. And it's just a window so people can see into what else you have to offer and maybe find something new to do for themselves to make them better at everything they do in the new year, right?
Totally. Really.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see, are there any, let me see if anybody has, oh, that's so
if
fun.
anyone has questions, like people are like, ultimately they are going to come away with tools they can use that are, that put them in the seat of their own power that they can. Yeah.
Now, Jax says I'm interested in talking to him about IACT. Jax, what is that? Or do you know what it is? Do you know, Schroeder?
I've never heard of
I don't know what that is either. Jax, what is that? I act. Jamie Lynn says, I was told that too about your voice. I believe it, Jamie. It took me years to perform in public. It's empowering. May others to be able to weed out the garbage vegetables.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my whole mission, is to weed out that garbage. That was, yes, Jamie. Love that.
Yes. Jamie also says, I have a voice. You're inspiring me, Lauren. Well,
awesome.
I'm glad. I am glad.
I'm glad.
So I will show you. Well, we got a couple minutes. So listen up. Here comes yet one more type of voiceover. Now this is Miranda Lambert. And I think, like I said, about $4,000 off this just for 30 seconds.
What?
Yes.
The hits, the awards, the concerts, the stars. Miranda Lambert, Saturday, August 9th, Shoreline Amphitheater. New album, new tour. She's hotter than ever with special guests.
You can't hear it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Justin Moore and Thomas Rhett. Miranda Lambert, you've got to see it. City Card presale now through Thursday, 10 p.m. General public Friday morning at 10 a.m. at livenation.com and select Walmart locations.
See?
Yeah. No, I was just figuring out, because I always figure out, because I'm coming from music land, is like, and so like when you speak, what are the notes you're using when you say Walmart? Like, or whatever words you're using, what are the actual musical notes? And that is how I help also to guide people to speak. It's a whole thing. It's really
awesome.
Cool, man.
Bernadette, yes. Bernadette says, I'm interested in attending tonight. There you go.
Yes.
Who else? Jamie, how cool.
Come on down.
Yes. I'm really excited. On your screen, everybody, micdrop.funnelclient.com. That's where you can find all things about tonight's masterclass. And also, if you go over there, you can find out all the things that this wonderful, wonderful Coach Schroeder has to offer. So, Schroeder, before we get out of here, what's your fondest Christmas memory ever?
What the heck? Fondest, it's got to be cuddling with the kids. Cuddling with kids? I don't know.
Aw, yes, I agree. Hey, Carol Jones. Carol says she wants to attend as well.
Whoa.
So
Please do. It's going to be like that. I've seen the word empowering come up a couple of times by people. If there's one word, that would be it.
And listen, I want to say this. Here's one thing I know is going on.
To that power, okay?
Right.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, if you just want to have 90 minutes of fun, you want to get out of your comfort zone, you might surprise yourself, learn something, meet some people, just have an overall good time, but you might just flip that switch to finding something that gives you even more power over what you need to do to get your job in this world done, to get it over the line. And so I'm so grateful. I thought it was the coolest thing ever when you came to me about this. And this isn't the end of it right here. We're going to do some other things together, and I'm excited about that too, but more about that later. So have you got, let me know. Go ahead. What's that?
We're not done with each other.
We are not
over yet.
We are not even close. And I want to ask you this. So how far along the Christmas shopping line are you? Are you 50% finished with your shopping? 80%? 0%? How much shopping you got left?
So I would go with 50, but if it were only for the people that I like have to shop for, I'm done.
Oh.
You know, but that opens up this range of like, okay, but I'd like to get one for my daughter's school bus driver. You know,
the bus driver. I do the mailman.
What
the mailman.
You know, right? Like the guys in my band. You know, why don't I buy them something nice? Like, so yeah. So I'm gonna go with 50%. I'd like to buy something. You know.
Yeah. I was saying something else is a nice. Here's a little tip for you guys. I don't know about you, but on our cul-de-sac, you never know who's you know, we always give out something to our favorite neighbors. But there's always that one neighbor that you don't get something for, or somebody brings something by. So in our hall closet, I have a pencil hanging and some already the cards are already in the envelopes. All I have to do is use the pen that's hanging. And I have little like candy things wrapped or popcorn tins wrapped. And when they bring it and I don't expect it, I go, oh, hold on, I have yours right here. And then I go in the closet and I heard them right there on the card, and then I put it on the thing. Right.
Oh, but
like,
that kills me. Well, yeah, they're like, what?
That's
okay,
a little
but
tip.
Who did that? Like who wrapped the popcorn container?
I do. I put all that in there because I don't like being caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? Right. So listen, you guys, one more time. There it is. Thank you so much, Schroeder. Tonight, you're welcome. And we've seen a couple people who said they want to join tonight. I will be there, and I hope you will be too. Listen, you guys, have the most wonderful weekend ever. Next week, this time, we'll be hunkering down with our families, and we'll probably go dark on the internet for a minute because everybody loves to I just love that time of the year. And I'm so excited about what we're all going to be doing within the year 2022. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Schroeder, for helping people see something in themselves they might have missed otherwise. And have a great time tonight. I'll see you there, and I hope to see a couple of you there. Listen, if you have nothing better to do Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard, I'd love for you to meet me out front on the porch again for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Be great and be even greater to someone else.
Love you,
everybody.
Love you.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.